Hey everybody, Ray the Video Guy here, and today I've got a very special guest, a guy who I've known for a little while, and he's got a product coming out shortly with our other good friend, Todd Gross. And this, of course, deals with something that Todd and he have done before, which is green screening, and we all love green screens. So what I did was I brought in our good friend, Matt Houghton here, who's going to talk to us about his new product, Virtual Studio Simulator. So Matt, welcome. I'm glad you could take the time to come on today because I know it's getting late where you are.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
No, it's my pleasure, and I'm really excited by this. As you know, I've had some fun with the green screens in the past and doing some cool things, and so I love the fact that you guys put out such cool, not only trainings on how to do green screen, but also these virtual studios and these set pieces and things like that. They're very, very cool stuff. So let me ask you this to get this kind of started. You know, what was the motivation behind putting this out? What caused you to decide to do this?
Well, yeah, I mean, the motivation for me was basically not having a massive studio or anything, and that's how I first got started into green screen. And you know, and I know a lot of other internet marketers are in the same position, and kind of my focus really is to bring green screen to the average kind of user, you know, so it's not like Hollywood movie sort of stuff. And that is the main reason, you know, that I got into it, because you can be anywhere you want in the world, and just literally all you need is a green screen, some lights and a camera, and you can make videos, you know, that look absolutely amazing from anywhere. So, you know, that's why I got into green screen, and that's the, you know, the main aim of the product, like, is to bring it to the average user.
Nice. And we know that it can be a lot of fun to be able to do these green screens as well. And of course, you know, I think that's a great thing to point out, because obviously a lot of people, even in business, you know, they may be a plumber. Maybe they don't have a place where they can really shoot. So this can be a big help to them. And so how have people taken to all the green screen? Like, for instance, you know, people that have tried the product out, or people that aren't video people, you know, how have they reacted to dealing with green screen?
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody seems to love it because there's that kind of magic about it. And you know, there's no limits, you know, it's just down to your imagination and the things you can do with it. Like you said, you know, for any kind of business, not just internet marketing, you know, you could be making videos for somebody in Barbados or whatever, and you could literally be in a spare bedroom in your house, you know, and you can still work for those kind of people. So yeah, I think just the magic of it is what gets people.
Nice. And the other question that I have to ask, because, you know, I come from a TV background. I worked in the news and I worked in actual television at various times. And green screening used to be very difficult to do. How hard is it for an average person to do these days?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really simple, basically, you know. I mean, I use Camtasia a lot, and literally it's just a couple of clicks on the mouse and you've got a good enough chroma key for what most people need. I mean, you know, like, it's not Hollywood, like, but you can get a pretty crisp and a pretty good chroma key, no problem. Anybody could do it, you know. It takes 5 minutes to learn. You know, the secret is to have good lighting, really, and a good green screen.
And we can see a green screen behind you there.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you're not in a giant studio, yet we see all the great green screening stuff that you do there. So if somebody picks up your virtual sets, you know, what else are they going to need as far as lighting, as far as the green screen? Is it an expensive proposition to be able to get all this stuff?
No, not at all. I mean, you can use softbox lights. You pretty much you know, you need them unless you're in a really well lit place, you know, even outside. I mean, I did a green screen standing in front of a green hill outside and used grass as my backdrop, you know, with absolutely no studio. But you could use a mobile phone for recording, which most people have now. So you need the green screen, which you can get really cheap, maybe you know, $40 to $60 for a green screen, and then some cheap softbox lights, and then use your phone for a camera. So, you know, less than $100 easily you could have a green screen set up.
Yeah, you know, and the funny thing is I've actually in the past when I well, it's kind of comical to bring this up, but I've actually used the lights from like a Home Depot. So these hardware lights,
Yeah.
these you know, the kind of construction workers use
Yeah.
as lighting. Now it's not ideal, but it definitely can do the job.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of the software nowadays is really good at it. Obviously, you mentioned Camtasia, but you know things like Premiere and Final Cut and ScreenFlow all do that. Even Josh Rada's recent product does the green screening as well. So there's a lot of options out there, and of course, you know there's some higher end options with through After Effects and things like that. But you know, do you find that people that try it, like you know, if you're a never done video, do you find that they run into issues, or do they have pretty much easy success doing that?
Yeah, pretty 9 times out of 10, most people can pull it off straight away. You know, just a few adjustments on their lighting maybe, and then they're away. Like,
Nice.
like I mean,
And of course, oh, I'm sorry. Go
like
ahead.
you say about your lights in here, I'm actually using strip lights because I've got a thinner space, and if I put up the softbox lights in here, you can see them in the camera shot, and these lights work just as well.
Yeah, you know, and I've seen, not that I want to run off on too big a tangent with lighting and all that, but I have seen what they call the icicle lights. Have you seen those? I don't know if you're familiar with those,
No.
but they're basically a long tube-like light specifically made to, you can put them on either side of a green screen to kind of get that nice even light. They're not super cheap, but they are very, very nice
Yeah.
and work very well. So there's a lot of great options out there. So let's talk a little bit about Virtual Studio Simulator and what exactly is in this product, because you know we've kind of hit the fact that anybody can do this. It's just a matter of having the right equipment and the right products. So talk a little bit about the studios themselves and what they are and how those work.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically they are green screen backgrounds, and you know, if you're making a a presentation or something like that, this is like where it came from for me. I didn't want to be just sat in my living room because I didn't have this studio then. But I didn't want to be just sat in a plain old room. You know, I wanted to make something that was much more professional and business-like looking. So that is why I started getting these studios created. And usually virtual studios are really, really expensive as well. So I wanted to, bring it in for so that everybody could use it and everybody could make these videos. So inside the product there is basically loads of virtual studios, and there's audio as well to go with the studios because everybody needs a bit of music for their videos as well. So yeah, there's audio, animated backgrounds, and virtual studios.
And of course, the other thing that you didn't mention in there that I actually love are the little set pieces, the desks and things like that
Yeah.
that you can add into there. So, because I actually did a project a while back where I used some of your stuff, and it was me sitting at a news desk, and in front of me was the actual desk, and behind me was the set and everything else. So it was very, very cool stuff. So,
Yeah.
just so you know, it has been used, and we've gotten some good use out of it. So
Yeah.
it's very cool stuff. So any surprises, anything people should know, or anything people should be prepared for before they jump into green screening and grabbing these virtual backgrounds?
I don't know really. I mean, just just make sure you've got the software, I guess, really. And like you said, that Video Motion Pro, that's a similar thing from, who was it that launched that?
That was Josh Rock.
Yeah.
Josh Rock.
And that's like an affordable price video editing software for internet marketers as well. So, that's probably going to be the biggest shock, is not having the software. But, apart from that, everything else you can do on a really low budget, and it's really easy as well.
But and the great thing is, I mean, almost all of the video software nowadays does green screening. I mean, even iMovie that comes free with your Mac does it.
Yeah.
There are some apps on the phones that'll actually do it nowadays even.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of great options. The only one that doesn't do it is Windows Movie Maker, apparently. But
Yeah.
if you're using that, you need to upgrade anyway. Well, Matt, I appreciate you coming out here and talking to us about this today. I know it's getting late there, and we'll let you take off and get on with your evening. But I appreciate you taking the time and talking to us about this, because it is a Well, it's a fun subject, and it's a subject that people seem to enjoy. And I had somebody the other day just say, "Well, where can I get some virtual studios? I don't have any," you know. And it was tough. It was hard to find some. In fact, some of the more expensive places that I used to see them at, I couldn't even find. So it looks like some of them might have even gone belly up on us. So
yeah.
it's good to find a great collection that you can actually do this stuff with. So we appreciate your efforts in putting this together for us.
Yeah, that's it, right? I mean, like you say, I've looked for them before, and that, you know, you're looking at $2,000 to $4,000 for some of these studios.
Yeah, I must admit I have not been willing to pay that much for them before. I've done the cheap route where you can buy like, you know, like the one camera angle thing, you know, for like $100.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So no, it's great stuff, and I appreciate you coming out and doing that. And of course, for all of you watching right now, we have put together a great bonus that's going to go along with this awesome little product. So if you've been looking to start doing some green screening, well, this is your opportunity to be able to get some great backgrounds, to learn all about doing green screening, and of course, to get some great bonuses that we've put together. And of course, as always, or at least as of last month, 10% of all profits will go to a charity, and by the time that this particular product comes out, we'll be picking a new charity, so I'll be looking forward to that as well. But 10% will go to whatever that new charity is for the month of June. And other than that, I hope you have a great day, and we will see you soon. Thanks.